This is Eagle Owl, and today I'll be talking about Jalen Hurts. Yes, he want to go out with a bang this season. Also, Milton Williams is being overlooked. Lastly, we probably got a trade suitor for James Bradberry, but let's get straight into it. All right, so before we get straight into it, man, Saquon Barkley, yes, the Eagles dropped the teaser, or not the Eagles, he dropped the teaser of him in Midnight Green. We seen the other one the Eagles dropped, but he dropped another one showing his face, him holding the shoulder pads. I love it. I like it, man. I can't wait to see this guy play, because I know when Saquon play, and he's going to bring it all. He's going to bring it all because a lot of people doubt him. Believe it or not, there's a lot of people doubting him. They're like, oh, he just want to be another CMC and this and that. Nope. I think he's going to be up there, if not even better. He's playing under a better old line, better system. And I think Kellen Moore is going to get this guy heavily involved. Like I said in my last video, he got to be the focal point. Saquon Barkley has to be the focal point, at least in the beginning of the season, because there's going to be some up and downs. But if you get him involved, you can win a lot of games. You can win a hell of a lot of games. And let's transition to some weird stuff that was happening over the weekend. Shout out my guy, Terrell Lewis, who I didn't even know. Eagle Owl did not know this dude was on the roster. Heard he was a linebacker. I seen people like, yo, what you think about the linebacker, this and that? And I'm like, what's going on? I get on Twitter and, man, my man gets hawked down by a corn star. Look, I don't care about him paying for prostitutes and doing whatever he do on his time off. The funny thing is, he's getting recorded, getting chased down by the prostitute. Like, she hawked him down. Like, that's reason to get cut. Not that he's paying for prostitutes. Again, that's his own thing. But you run off and you get caught and you let them record and act everything Philadelphia Eagles. I'm telling you, like 95% of the fan base, even content creators, just found out you played for the team after you get chased down by an OnlyFans star, man. Come on, Terrell Lewis. Really? You getting chased down by OnlyFans stars, bro? But anyway, let's get into the topics. Jalen Hurts. Yes, Jalen Hurts wants to go out with a bang this season. So he put out on his Instagram, like, let's go out with a bang. And he added Brandon Graham because him and Brandon Graham took some photos together. It seemed like him and Brandon Grahams are great friends. We already know the famous clip of like, you don't know Jalen Hurts like I know him. They don't know him. And that was the Bills game where we was losing and Jalen Hurts found a way to win that game. And Brandon Graham was giving Jalen Hurts a lot of respect, a lot of respect. And it's good to hear Jalen Hurts talk like this. If we did hear this about Jason Kelce last year or Fletcher Cox, who they probably knew who was going to retire. But now we all know Brandon Graham was going to retire. And Jalen Hurts like, let's end this on a good note. So last year, it would haunt Eagles fans for the rest of our lives. The more we look at it like, man, Jason Kelce and Fletcher Cox went out too. Baker Mayfield and a blowout loss and a collapse season. Think about it. Everything Jason Kelce and Fletcher Cox did for the city, they went out like that. And Brandon Graham, telling you, without him, do we have a ring? If you think about it, do we legit have a ring without Brandon Graham? I don't know, because Tom Brady might go down the field and score. We know Nick Foles was on fire, but that turnover, man, that was just a change of everything. That just changed up everything. So we need to go out great for Brandon Graham. We need to add another ring for Brandon Graham. We couldn't do it for the other guys. They might be jealous, Fletcher Cox and just Jason Kelce, if we do it. But we got to do this for Brandon Graham, man. We definitely do. All right, so let's talk about James Bradberry. Yes, James Bradberry. We might have a trade suitor for him. That's the Atlanta Falcons. Atlanta Falcons might be a great trade suitor between us and them because Atlanta Falcons need a veteran. They got AJ Terrell, who I really like. I like the young corner. But what teams do when they play the Atlanta Falcons, just don't throw his way. Now, is James Bradberry that same guy? First, what we seen, no. But could it have been the system? Maybe. If you could get 70-80% of James Bradberry in 2022 and we get like a late round pick, Atlanta Falcons, I mean, they'd be a sleeper team in the NFC South. They'd be a team to watch, especially if they could get James Bradberry going again. Because maybe James Bradberry probably need a new change of scenery. We overstock with corners. They give us a good pick. We get them James Bradberry, and why not? I think he'd be the cheapest. Now everybody else out there, they probably want a lot more. Not the Eagles. The Eagles, we just need him off the books. We get him off the books. We save money against the cap. Not too much dead money. Or they might try to go for the big swing and try to get big play Slay. But I don't see us trading Slay. We got to see as preseason go. Do we do it? Because Keely Ringo, Isaiah Rodgers, and Quinyon Mitchell, Cooper DeJean, then you really start thinking like, do you trade Slay and Bradberry? I don't know, but another topic for another time. Again, I think James Bradberry fit really well in Atlanta. I still think we should try to get him to the AFC so he won't be in our way if he has some type of resurgence. Send him to the AFC and let him do what he had to do there. The thing with James Bradberry, it just looked like he lost a step. He looked a tad bit slower, but can he, progress to a Vic Fangio scheme? Sure. He could play a lot more zone. Vic Fangio probably set him up for success. But should he start over Isaiah Rodgers again, Quinyon Mitchell, Keely Ringo, any of these dudes? We know not Slay, so maybe his time is up, and maybe Atlanta got the picks we need. We know they lost the pick, but maybe they got a pick in their back pocket where they could get their young corner some help. So maybe. Let's talk about Milton Williams a little bit. Milton Williams is being overlooked. And let me play this clip from Big Clint.
Williams goes, he kind of gets a little overlooked sometimes. He's probably the veteran in that defensive tackle.
Yeah.
What have you seen from him so far? What do you like about him?
It's amazing. Yeah, he is the elder statesman in the room, and he just turned 25 the other day. So he's Milton's been unbelievable. His work ethic and attention to detail, asks a ton of questions. I love that part about him. I tell him all the time, there's no such thing as a dumb question. Ask it. It's just you're learning the game and still maturing. I think he has a very bright future in front of him. He does get overlooked a little bit, but he's definitely valued here without question.
What's your read?
I agree. Milton Williams is definitely overlooked. This is an older clip. I know I used this clip for Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter, but I didn't talk about what he said about Milton Williams being a vet at 25. He works hard. He asks questions. And look, man, we can't let him go. We can't let him go. I think he's entering his last year of his deal. If Howie's smart, Howie got to extend him. He's too good. He's too talented to just let go and walk. He's way too good. And Milton Williams, I still believe he should be the one starting next to Jalen Carter. I get it. Jordan Davis, first round pick, athletic freak. If lasts through the full season on full throttle, Jordan Davis is really hard to stop, but can he do it? We know what Milton Williams could bring. Milton Williams is like our Cooper DeJean on the defensive line. You could put him at edge, to be honest, but I think he's a better DT. I think he is, and I think the Eagles should really give him a true opportunity to battle against Jordan Davis. Give him a true opportunity and see who really wins it out. Let's not play the political games. Let them battle it out for that spot, and my money will be on Milton Williams. My money will be on Milton Williams, and I like Milton Williams' come-up story. A lot of people didn't want him here. We thought we was going to get a corner, and we didn't. That's fine. We seen the infamous Howie Roseman and the other guy. He trying to dap up the other guy because he didn't want Milton Williams, but Howie Roseman did. And I think now hindsight is 2020. Howie Roseman made the right choice, but Howie Roseman's not using them because Howie Roseman like to draft defensive tackles and defensive ends in the first round. So that just shoves Milton Williams to the back. But when Milton Williams get his time, he shines. Because I always say this. That Bucks game was terrible. Terrible to end the season. But I'm like, Milton Williams and Nolan Smith, they showing out. They came to play. Nobody else did. Fletcher Cox showed some resurgence too. I thought he was going to have another year in him, but he didn't. But man, Will Williams, yes, he's definitely overlooked. All right, before I wrap this video up, I forgot to talk about Jalen Hurts and the Nick Sirianni thing. So a lot of people mad about Jalen Hurts not wishing Nick Sirianni happy birthday, and AJ Brown stepped out of his way and did put it on IG. Look, man, this Nick Sirianni and Jalen Hurts thing is just getting overwhelming. Watch, that's gonna be the headline Monday. Why didn't Jalen Hurts wish Nick Sirianni happy birthday? This and that. Whereas though I only seen one post from one guy, that was AJ Brown. I didn't see any other posts besides the official Philadelphia Eagles page and AJ Brown. That's it. That wish Nick Sirianni happy birthday. Probably they text. Who cares, man? Who cares? Just let them dudes do them. And I honestly don't care if they're on the best page. Can you get that ring or not? Them two barely probably even have to talk. Jalen Hurts has got to know the playbook, be cool with Kellen Moore and his quarterback coach, and let Nick Sirianni oversee everything else. That plain and simple. But hey, man, what do you think? How do you feel about the news today? Milton Williams overlooked. James Bradberry. Jalen Hurts want to go out with a bang. But this is Eagle Owl, man. I'm up.